It's time for another ICU shift recap, so let's recap this charge nurse shift. I started off by getting a report from the night shift nurse, then I went around and said hi to all the day shift nurses, letting them know who I was, how to get a hold of me, and what I was there for. Start off the morning by taking a patient out of the ICU, so I went and grabbed the bed and transferred that patient out, and then right when I got back from that, I had a rapid response that I went to. I got back from that rapid, I helped clean up a patient, and then we had rounds at 10, and rounds took about an hour, so once we were done with that, I went and grabbed another bed to transfer out another patient. When I came back from that, a nurse needed help with changing an arterial line dressing. The patient was moving around, so I just helped kind of hold the patient's arm so she could dress that arterial line, and then I broke our secretary for lunch. When I was done breaking the secretary for lunch, one of the outer charges was like, hey, can you go take a patient over in IR? So I went over and had to actually take a patient that was becoming an ICU patient in IR, and then I had to take that patient for a while because we didn't have another nurse that could staff for that patient. So until about 1600, I actually had one patient, and I just did all the things: drips, chart, ultrasound IV, assessments, all the things for a new patient. Because that took until 1600, I took my lunch after that, and then I had to run a CRT machine over to another ICU because they needed it and they didn't have any more. After that, I went into a rapid, and then I did rounds at about 17:30 to go over all of the patients and get updates on all of them. Then there was another rapid, and then at 1900, a nurse came up to me and was like, hey, my patient's not doing super well, and we ended up having to take that patient to CT. There were no night shift charges. There was no night shift critical care transport that could help take patients to exams, and so I was like, I didn't want to leave the night shift high and dry, so I actually helped take that patient to CT. And so I got out a little late. I didn't have to give a report though, but I did get out a little bit late. And that was my ICU shift recap.